What does Atlas actually do? We become a part of your management team and we step in between you and your creditor, stop the bleeding, and restructure your business debt. And this is all without bankruptcy. You still run your own business, but we handle the debt. It's like you playing offense and then we handle the defense. We're not consultants. We execute. We don't just advise and tell you what to do. This is not bankruptcy. Every strategy that we offer is an alternative to bankruptcy. Many people come to us that have also reached out to bankruptcy attorneys or consider bankruptcy. And I think for a business owner, most of the owners that we deal with, that's the last option on their list is to file bankruptcy on something that they've worked so hard for. And many times they just don't see a way that that's actually going to solve their end problem and allow them to continue moving forward in the business. We're not debt consolidators. We're not a consolidation company. We don't take all your debts and then just get it down to one manageable payment. And we're not doing that. We're actually a management team, and we're restructuring your entire debt. We're operators ourselves. We're business owners, entrepreneurs. That's what our team is made up of. And we actually operate as your management team, which carries much more weight with creditors when it comes to negotiation. And then creditors deal with us and you focus on your business. How is this different from debt settlement companies? Most debt settlement companies collect a payment and hope for the best. And I say most. There are some good ones out there, but that's the MO of the debt settlement companies or the debt settlement model. We actually step in as your management team, which means creditors aren't talking to a middleman. They're actually talking to somebody with authority over the business. Consumer debt settlement fails. Consumer debt settlement is just not built for business. There are also many gray area operators. Many business debt companies operate with, again, no real strategy. Atlas equals management. We operate as a management company, not a third-party negotiator. Authority does matter. A management team calling a creditor carries far more weight than a settlement company. How much does this actually cost? In most instances, this is $497 to start. Yes, you heard it right. For that price, it could be a little more, a little bit less if you have a smaller business. But what that allows us to do is we pull all of your transcripts, every lien, every filing from every creditor, every claim on record, and we start compiling all of your data and all of your debts. And the full restructuring fee is anywhere from $1,500 a month to $5,000 a month. Now, it could be less or it could be more if you have more complex problems. But that money doesn't come from additional money that you need to bring into the business. It actually comes from the money that we save you immediately. So we're not collecting fees on day one. We're stopping this debt, and then that way our fee comes out of there. And I like to say we live inside your P&L. So we're not an additional income. So you're already spending more money on that than debt with no management team, and we're going to allow ourselves to work our way inside your balance sheet so we can work for you. Will this make things worse with my creditors? Well, your creditors most likely are already escalated, and we don't poke the bear necessarily. We actually step in front of, and we never contact a creditor without knowing what your position is first. Remember, in the beginning, what we do is we assemble all of your documents. We pull all your business transcripts. We see what the liens are on record, and that allows us to come with an actual strategy. Before we make a single call, we know exactly what's on record. And we have creditability from day one. Management agreement and a secured position, creditors are going to take us seriously. This is a different response and we get different results. Creditors respond differently to a management company than just a settlement company. And doing nothing is the worst option. There's nothing good that comes from just doing nothing. Time actually makes all of this work. So many businesses come to us one time, and then they think about it, and then they'll reach back out 2 weeks or 2 months later, and there's been no instance where the business has reached out to us again and things have gotten any better. Can my business actually be saved? If your business still has revenue and customers, most likely it's not. It's a good business with a bad debt structure on top of it. That business didn't fail, the math did. The debt just simply started to kill. The truth about your situation, you're not the failure. Most businesses we see are viable once the debt is actually addressed. Some need an exit strategy, and we're honest about that. We find out which path fits. The business intelligence search or the transcripts tells us everything on what's filed, who has claimed, and what your options actually are. We don't guess, we pull the record. Revenue plus customers equals a business worth saving, and the search reveals the best path forward to cleaning up your balance sheet. What about my personal guarantee? Personal guarantees are real, but they're negotiable. We always try to separate the personal guarantee from the underlying business debt. Most creditors would rather settle than spend 50K, for example, on ongoing litigation to try to enforce a personal guarantee against an owner who is already in distress. Don't let a personal guarantee stop you from exploring your options. And again, after we look at the filings, errors create leverage. Defective filings and procedural errors on record gives us negotiating power. Creditors prefer settlement. Expensive personal guarantee litigation isn't worth it for most creditors. They'd rather resolved as a part of restructuring. The PG is handled within the actual restructuring process, and it's not treated as a separate problem. Your personal guarantee is paramount to everything that we're doing. How long does this take? Creditor calls and pulls can stop within days. The full restructuring takes 6 to 12 months in most cases, but you could feel relief immediately. Days 1 through 14 is simple containment. We pull the filings, establish our position, and creditor contact is redirected towards us. Weeks 2 to 8, you're definitely going to start feeling some immediate relief. You're going to feel the difference. The pressure is going to drop, and you can focus on running your business. And then months 6 to 12 is the full restructuring. The debt's resolved, the creditors are settled, and the business has a clean path forward. Every month you wait adds complexity and cost. The sooner we start, the simpler the file is going to be. What do I have to do? Well, it's just one call. And on that call, just tell us the truth about your situation. Pay the fee, and immediately we're going to get started. From there, we do the work. This typically looks like a 45-minute engagement call. Tell us everything: the debts, the creditors, the filings, the pressure point. Just no filter. Again, it's the $497 engagement fee. It could be a little bit less or a little bit more, but we pull your business transcripts and build the full intelligence file. And then we go to our restructuring team call, which is included in that fee. And we plan, and pricing is presented, and it's tailored to exactly what's in your file. And you run the business. We just handle the debt. From here, Atlas is working, and you're free to focus on business operation. How do I know you're legit? We don't ask you to trust us. We show you the work. The search produces a real deliverable in days, and it's not promises over months. So within days, you're going to have the search back, and that's a tangible product that allows the restructuring team to get to work immediately. The report pulls from public records, and you can check every filing for yourself. It's a very low risk entry point, and we're able to prove capability before any real commitment starts. We're not asking you for anything beyond the restructuring fee at this point, but once you get on a call with our restructuring team, I think you're going to see that this is most likely going to be the best path forward for you. And the work speaks for itself. We earn your trust. We earn your trust through execution and not just testimonials alone, although we do have them and we're providing here below. Is bankruptcy my only option? No, bankruptcy is somewhat permanent and debt is negotiable. There are restructuring strategies that most business owners and professionals have never heard of that can resolve without fine. Why do most people result to bankruptcy or default to bankruptcy? Many attorneys and advisors recommend BK because they don't know any alternatives. BK is visible, fast, and familiar, but it follows you. And it really should be the last resort, not the first recommendation. What actually exists outside of court? There are restructuring strategies built outside of bankruptcy court. Which one fits depends on what's exactly filed against you, which is exactly what we see on the search. And we start with the search. The search tells us which strategy fits, and then we execute. Bankruptcy is on your permanent record. This involves court oversight, public filing, and it's a difficult exit. Atlas Restructuring, it's private, negotiated, non-judicial, and typically resolved within 6 to 12 months.